Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, round 6. And if you would like to see more inspiration on Instagram, it's hashtag 30DSCBL6. And this is the sketch that we're using today, and it's got more. It's one of the ones that has more. Only mine's not going to look like this when it gets done. I tried, though. Really, I tried sticking to the layout. I have only 2 pictures instead of 3 because those 3 are pretty small. And I'd rather have my pictures a little bit bigger. So that's going to throw this off from get-go. It's not it's not going to, even though you can tell I'm trying to make it the same, it's not going to look the same when it's all said and done. But you can tell where it came from. The inspiration piece has the photos matted one time in -3. And it's he has a red shirt on, and then there's some reds and oranges and stuff in his little outfit. It's a Nerf ninja outfit. We met to eat supper at Ryan's one night, and that's what he had on when he got out of the car. That's what he wore in. And let me tell you, if you can look close at the pictures, you wonder how he could even see to walk, seriously. You can't see his eyes really in the first one. You can see one eye in the second one. So his mask wasn't fitting super great. They did no safety checks when they made them. They did not see how well they worked on a child or something, is what I'm figuring. But anyway, we had to kind of lead him around. But of course, he loved it. Uh, I'm going to have the red as my topmost layer. And then I did some red airplanes as the next layer. Airplanes don't have anything to do with the pictures, but that's the piece of paper that I ended up picking. And I did gut it a little bit. And I'm only cutting strips for the others to try to conserve on the paper. I like this paper, so yeah, I'm going to be conserving on it. This is Echo Park. That's my boy, mostly. And then there's another collection mixed in. Echo Park's boy ones seem to have the same colors, I guess. And so I just mixed the two together. Um, the original is digital. And they put their title on top of the photos. And the letters are just going across there, and it has chevron. I thought, well, how am I going to get that to work? And it looked halfway decent and stick well. Because I want my pictures kind of one on top of each other. So that was a little change too. So I'm going to use this strip that says Boys Will Be Boys as my title. Since technically the original layout has kind of, well, it's got 2 banners, but one of them is the title. I'm going to have 3 mainly because my red is kind of on top of the red and it wasn't showing up. So I'm adding one more banner. I could have made the yellow thicker and had it go across the whole bottom and covered it. And then I would have had the variance in colors. However, I would have had to cut a bigger piece. And I thought, why waste the paper? I'll have 2 small banners and have them at the top and the bottom of the bigger red one. I'm going to mount my Boys Will Be Boys on foam tape. Only at first I don't think of it, so I will have to lay it over to the side. Well, it's actually the fun foam. I had some left over from a layout that I did yesterday, the day before, I can't remember. And instead of not using it, I thought, well, my pictures aren't up that high. And I do need something to make the difference between the two. So I am going to use that. Oh, and I forgot this. My circle. I am putting a circle on here. Only it's going to be this die cut with the stars. And then there's like a part of a circle down on the bottom left. And so I cut a little extra from the scrap to go down there. And yeah, see, the Boys Will Be Boys is going under the foam tape. Over the foam tape, not under it. The foam tape is going, well, fun foam is going under it. Wow, that took me a long time to get it out and get it right. But yeah, I have plenty of foam, fun foam, from crafts with the grandkids. Only usually I just use the foam tape. But I don't know why. I think it's because it was such a big area. It's the one where I did like the picture with the several layers underneath it, and I wanted to put something big underneath there and didn't want it to rise up very high. And this is the leftovers. I needed just a little bit down there in the bottom. It has like one strip. However, I like a little bit more. And since I have other colors up there at the top, I wanted to repeat the colors. So I'm going to have 3 little strips down there. And the other part, well, the partial piece of the star burst thing. And I'm still going to add a couple of more things. That isn't all I'm going to have down there. And there's triangles coming from the top to the bottom. And I did have full intentions of using triangles. There's a sticker sheet laying there somewhere and it has triangles on it. And I did think about using it. But I decided, well, it had chevrons on there too. I could still go with the chevrons and put them where the triangles are at. So I'd still be using the chevrons, but they'd be in another spot. So that's what I'm doing. And the first few I put with liquid glue. And then when I was working on the bottom one, I decided to get a repositionable tape runner out and use it in case I got them in the wrong place, because after I got to the bottom, I noticed the top is just a wee bit crooked. And I thought, well, I'll be able to move it on the bottom. I didn't end up moving it on the bottom. And once this gets pretty dry, I'm going to use my little Cricut spatula thing and slide under there and rearrange them just a tiny bit. This is a chevron border punch, and all I'm wanting is the chevrons out, so I'm not being picky exactly where I am punching, just to get the chevrons that I wanted. And I use the same I used the same cardstock as I did on the pictures for those chevrons, so I could be repeating it in 3 different places. Once on the pictures with the matting, once down there at the bottom in a layer, and then in the chevrons. And this little sticker does say details on it. However, I'm not going to put any notes on there. What notes I'm going to put on there, I am going to put on the back. And I pulled out these arrows. I wanted an arrow to put on there, and these arrows I cut with Fanciful Flourishes by Tim Holtz, the Biggs die, and I'd cut corrugated paper. And this is the one that I decided to go ahead and use, and I backed it with some of the same gold that's on the yellow gold looking banners. And I'm just having it pointing to the superhero because, he was a ninja, Nerf ninja, and he was a superhero. He brightened up our evening anyway. I pulled out a couple of chipboard pieces, and one says "Go Now Go," and it was red. Only I misplaced it. I can't find it. Not till after I am done with the layout and in the kitchen, and there it is, clear across the house in the floor. So I'm figuring it fell and stuck to my clothes and then ended up in the floor. But the other one, it says "Fill your pockets with adventures." And I had to put that on there. And you're going to see me move it all over the place. But yeah, he always had his pockets full of little toys, mostly Hot Wheels, but sometimes dinosaurs and other things too. But there was always stuff in his pockets, so he was filling his pockets with adventures. I finally decided to put that little chipboard next to the picture on the left, but I didn't want it there all by itself, of course. And I thought, well, I need something bigger, and I did think about looking for the cut aparts and seeing if there's something I wanted to use, but I really didn't want something quite that big because I wanted the tail end of the banner to show. So I am cutting me a small tag, and I'm going to put twine on it, of course, and then I'm going to put a sticker on there and then have it tucked behind the little piece of chipboard. But that sticker is going to say "Follow your arrow." And now that I found that Go Now and Go chipboard, I'm thinking about putting it over to the right of the photo and maybe something round there with it. But I would like to have it on the layout now that I've found it and don't have to hunt for it anymore. I thought I'd put one of these acrylic pieces on here, and I was first thinking about maybe the chevron somewhere else. There is a couple on there. But then I decided on a little teeny tiny blue star, and I went ahead and put it on the tag. But it's pretty small. You gotta be looking for it. Oh, and I found these in the drawer. They're doodle bug sequins and they're really big. And oh my goodness, were they staticky. They kept sticking to my fingers. And I had a hard time picking them up because they'd want to stick to the paper instead then. And they were sticking to each other. Yeah. But I finally got them on the layout. I was determined. As a final touch, I decided to take my blue zig marker and go around the outside with squiggly lines and uh, crooked lines the way I like it. But yeah, that's it. That's my layout. There'll be links down there below for the other gals doing the 27th day of the month, my oldest grandson's birthday. And if you leave a comment down there below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit the thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. And some of you, I've noticed that you have been hopping right along with us this month. And congrats to you. I am behind on watching the videos. I've watched a bunch. There are so many doing this that it's hard to keep up. It's even hard to go see y'all's layouts in the Facebook group. But I'm determined I'm going to get caught up on that too. But yeah, this is my layout for the 27th of the month. Just a few more days left to go. But hope y'all have a happy scrappy week and that you try the sketch and load it up to Facebook and that you stay safe and take care. Bye.